Run it up, then run it back. 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 Yeah.
Everybody, let's start here. It's game day. We've got a lot to prepare for mentally and physically, guys. Welcome to Run It Back. Lou Will, Chandler P, Boogie Cousins, myself. Look, I'm kind of half doing the black top. What's wrong with you right now?
I'm still rattled.
From the pregame? Our pregame? Yeah, I get it. We won't talk about it, though. Game 2 tonight, we all know Knicks have a nice little lead there, 1-up down there in San Antonio. I say they stole game 1, but yeah, they probably just won that one. Jalen Brunson in the fourth quarter was amazing, and Wemby didn't have his best time. So tonight, it's pretty much must win as far as I'm concerned. Let's talk about how they're going to bounce back. Now, we already know that Wemby admitted it was a bad game for him, which is great. You want to hear that? That's perfect. However, how do you expect him to respond tonight?
I expect him to come out aggressive. I expect him to come out, kind of leading the charge defensively. I think high energy. And I expect him to get him to better spots on the floor to where he can be more efficient, have more impact on the game offensively. And, I think they find a way to attack Karl Anthony Towns on the defensive end. Well, offensively for them, but, defensively for Karl Anthony Towns. And outside of that, I just expect a lot of aggression. I would hope so, at least.
I like this.
Yeah, we talk about how much better they are every time he comes out with that sense of urgency. So I think obviously down 1-0, they have to do that, right? And I'm looking forward to seeing what adjustments they make. And how'd that conversation go if Ms. Johnson's like, Wemby, we need to start you on Josh Hart because you didn't do a great job staying in front. Like, how did that go and how'd that conversation go if they do make that adjustment? I do think he's better off playing free safety and kind of, being able to do what he does best and block shots and meet guys' help side. But also there's not really someone else on that lineup that can guard Karl Anthony Towns. So either way, it's going to be an opportunity for Cat to do the same thing that we're talking about Wemby needs to do because they're up 1-0. There's a lot of basketball to be played left, but I definitely feel a sense of urgency for the Spurs coming out on their home floor. They can't give up another one. And clearly the odds makers think it's shifted too because
it's a lot.
Spread is 6.5, which seems
high to
a bit
me.
much after losing game 1.
I think they make adjustments, but you don't overreact. Like he didn't play well, but he was inefficient. But you still saw the aggression there. He took 20+ shots. He was still trying to do his part. The part about whether he's going to guard Cat or Josh Hart, I think he's going to be impactful either way. I don't think you run away from that Cat matchup just yet because you don't want to put somebody else in a position to have to deal with Cat with the way that he's playing. If anything, you still want your best defender on their best big that can score, that can put the ball on the floor, opposed to putting him on Josh Hart where he can roam freely. And then Josh Hart is still somebody that's not going to take a ton of shots. I think he still takes that matchup. That's his responsibility. But I don't think they overreact, but I think he definitely responds.
And if they do switch the matchup, like Vassell or Champagny, like starts on Cat, like then what does that look like? Do they send double teams?
It just feels like it's going to be a committee.
Yeah.
Just everybody do everything.
Yeah.
Please.
It's a huge
and thank you.
Yeah, and again, we keep talking about the Spurs, but we got to give credit to New York. They had an ironclad game plan where they just made it work. They got to the paint whenever they wanted to. Drive and kick, backdoor cuts, constantly moving. Like, that is a team that's connected in the offensive end and knowing, hey, look, we got a 7'5" dude at the rim. We're not going to be able to get these looks, but we're going to use that to our advantage to open up the rest of the floor. And then once the three-point line open up, we're going to redrive it again. They did a great job of just making them play on their heels. San Antonio has to do a better job of making them play around the perimeter.
And even if they put Wemby on Josh Hart, he was still really good at getting the ball and going quick into dribble handoffs. Like, he's still going to have to defend all those actions with Hart. Yes, he's less of a scorer than Cat or OG or Bridges, but he does kind of initiate offense with those pick and rolls, with setting the screen, with handling it, with DHOs. So, like, Wemby's still going to be in a bunch of...
I don't know if you want to put him in that position to be running around with Josh Hart.
Yeah, we almost would rather not put him on Josh Hart, just keep him on Cat and take him on that matchup and still do what you do weak side.
The De'Aaron Fox of it all. And yeah, I saw the story with Dylan Harper and TikTok. We can or cannot get into that. I don't care.
Is that real?
Oh, that was real.
I didn't think it was real.
Apparently it was real, and it's gone now.
Isn't that crazy?
I'm going off of the guys on. Frank, I
thought it was fake. I don't know what's real now.
I know, and that doesn't that suck a little bit. I'm really against it. But all I know is on NBA radio this morning they were talking about it as if it was real, and then it's been deleted off the page. But I'm gonna defend the kid because I've accidentally retweeted things
reposted
that
a bunch
I
of stuff.
Definitely didn't.
But what I will say is he watched it long enough to get that accident.
Okay, fair enough. That's fair. I mean, how does he not watch it?
He watched it long enough to accidentally, because I've done the same. I agree with you, Beads.
And then I go back, I'm like,
I had to unrepost something just this morning because I was like, I didn't repost that.
They're out to get us all.
Really?
Anywho, if you don't know what we're talking about, Google it. But De'Aaron Fox, we know, did struggle in Game 1, and he was asked yesterday during media availability why we're not seeing the sort of same poise and confidence, perhaps, that we've seen in other parts of his career. Here's his answer.
I mean, I got to make shots. I think that's the only thing that I think is different at times. But obviously, I'm not shooting the ball as much. But coming here, I knew that was the way that it was going to be. As a player, you sacrifice for the betterment of the team. And there are times where, I need to take shots. There are times where I don't take as many shots. But at the end of the day, you need to make the shots that you take.
Yeah,
I do
it's
agree
not
with
rocket
that.
science. He got really good looks and just didn't make jump shots, especially early on. And I think obviously what makes him better is his explosiveness, his speed in transition, and that ankle still is 100%. But he still can find ways to be productive. And I do think it was just as simple as him not making shots.
Yeah.
He got really good looks. I think he knocks those down tonight.
Yeah, I'm with him on this. And coming to San Antonio was kind of like a tricky thing. Like, you're the veteran guy. You've been the 1A guy a lot of your career, but then you come here and now you have Victor Wembanyama that they're trying to make sure that he is the focal point. And then you got all these young guys that are emerging. Steph Castle, Rookie of the Year guy. Vassell, they're investing in Vassell. Dylan Harper is way ahead of schedule what they expected of him. Now you got this veteran guard that's kind of in limbo right there in the middle. So he's not getting the attempts that he's used to. He can't really shoot himself out of some of these slumps because he don't have the attempts that he's used to. And he's on a bomb ankle, got all of these different things. Like, he's in a tricky position, but I love the mindset. I'm just here to do anything positive that I can do that for the betterment of this basketball team, and understanding that this all isn't about me.
I agree. I love his mindset, the fact that it's team first. It's about, doing whatever's best for the team in the situation. But we have to realize his role has changed drastically from what we've seen in the past. In Sacramento, he was that 1A guy. He was able to go take 25 shots a game. He was able to, shoot through his mistakes and play through his mistakes. It's not quite the same, especially when you're playing for something like a championship. You're in the finals. It's just a different atmosphere as far as, what you're allowed to do. But like I said, I love his mindset. I do expect to have a better showing from him moving in the game too. But what I would like to see from him, use that athleticism, use that speed. I do believe he's a one-man type fast break. And it's certain times in the game where I feel like he should be pressing the gas when he's not. I think those are his opportunities to kind of find his shots and find his rhythm when he's able to push the ball within the flow of the game. So I would like to see that.
Did you play with Fox?
I did.
And by the way, I don't know De'Aaron Fox at all, but I guarantee you he's having more fun playing on this team in the NBA Finals than he did being 1A on the Sacramento Kings.
Agree with
I think that's fair.
He's playing at the highest level on a very relevant, great team. Like, he's a huge piece of that. And he had one bad game. He struggled a little bit in the postseason with a banged up ankle. Like, this kid was a stud for them all year long. He missed some time earlier. They tried to figure out how they're going to fit him in. And when they did put him in, he was unbelievable. So he will figure it out. He's been around too long. He's way too talented. And I truly think he bounces back tonight.
It's just fickle because, like, again, in Game 7 against OKC, he was sort of calming, like he was the veteran presence. Like, all of a sudden, now we go to Game 1, we're like, oh, he sucks, I don't want him. No, I don't feel that way at all. I feel like he's pretty dang valuable to have on this team.
Well, that comes with what we're going to discuss next. That comes with the emergence of Dylan Harper.
Yep.
Like, this wouldn't be a conversation if you didn't have a fire-hot rookie right behind you. You know what I mean? And so other than that, any other coach would allow their veteran guard to play through these things, because you're going to need them at some point.
Yeah.
You don't just shoot 3 and 13, okay, fine, but you don't just throw him to the wolves after that. You allow him an opportunity to get his feet going, catch a rhythm, and he's going to be a focal point for you. But when Dylan Harper's playing the way that he's playing, you got to have that conversation.
So yesterday, Mitch Johnson was obviously asked about playing Dylan Harper in crunch time over De'Aaron Fox. Why didn't he do that? And he basically just like, I trust my vet, and it wasn't anything that Dylan Harper did or did not do. Now, my question, however, is tonight, if we're watching this game and it looks like De'Aaron Fox comes out a little slow or a little off, do we think that the decision to put Dylan Harper in and keep him in is actually going to happen?
I think it's a feel thing, right? I think Ms. Johnson's done a great job with this team and with this whole process and kind of fitting in all this depth and this talent and how to make it work. And so, yeah, tonight, if it's the same thing again and De'Aaron's missing shots and he's struggling, sure, I think you go to the rookie. And if he's got the hot hand again, then you stick with him maybe a little longer and you extend your rotations, or you remember this come down the stretch where this kid's fear, and then when I say rookie, this kid does not play like a rookie. He doesn't act like a rookie, so I don't think he'll be rattled by the moment. The moment will never be too big for Dylan Harper. So I think Mitch Johnson knows that. I think he'll learn from that and adjust accordingly if it comes to that.
I'll be curious.
I think Mitch had the right message. You stick with your vet. You trust him through the process. This is part of the reason you brought him in, to be that veteran presence, to be that calming voice, that calming presence. And you stick with the game plan. Like I said, this is what got them here. They got to this point by trusting, their process. So to now be at the final stage and make a drastic decision like not starting him or trying to bench him at the end of games, you don't want to lose your vet. You don't want to kill his confidence at the biggest stage. All of those things matter. So I actually appreciate the message, and I said it last show, I think you got to stick with your guns and stick with what got you.
Yeah, I like the fact in game one, the first play for the Knicks was for Jalen Brunson. The first play for the Spurs was for Wemby.
Yeah.
This game, now you can kind of understand, maybe I do need to draw up the first one for Fox. Maybe get an early layup for him. Create some opportunities for him where he can get involved in this game early, where we're not in the second quarter, and now he's pressing, trying to find a rhythm so late in this game. Try to get him going early on, and now he's an added asset opposed to having to pick which one of the assets you want to use.
I like
also,
that.
don't forget, the Spurs look great for 3 quarters. They're up 13.
That's a fact.
Like,
with them not shooting
with De'Aaron Fox missing their shots, with him struggling, with Vassell struggling.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, like, they were right there, like, till the
Take a moment, man. Get you some water. Take a
Are you
moment.
dying, brother?
Yeah, I think
What's
so.
going on here? Oh, is it going to happen on TV? Because that's ratings. All right, fair enough. I'll save you. No, I won't. Here's the thing. Yeah, they were good in 3 quarters. And guess what happened in the fourth? A dude we like to call Jalen freaking Brunson happens in the fourth quarter. If you look at the stats, he took 31 attempts. He had 30 points. So, yes, mathematically it didn't look great, but it's the fourth quarter we're going to talk about. And so, Boogie, he's the head of the snake. We look right at him. That being said, why aren't the Spurs, or why won't they perhaps do the same thing they did to SJ to Brunson tonight? Why not do that?
Maybe it does happen.
Okay.
But this is a guy that has a history of doing this. So, just saying why won't they do that, that's easier said than done. I think he's seen every type of defense you can throw at him. I don't think anything can really surprise him at this point in his stage at this point of his career. And I just think it's 2 different type of situations. But this is one of the best closers in the game. We all know that. As far as the shooting percentages and things like that, it's not that great, but I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's like a completely different game starts for this kid once the fourth quarter hits. It's a brand new game for him. Everything from the first to the third quarter kind of goes out the window, and it's all new for him. So, like I said, he's one of the best closers in the game. It's easier said than done. I just don't know if that's possible. Trying to compare SGA to Brunson.
At what point do the Spurs just take the ball out of his hands, though, like at the end of the game? Like, do you send doubles? Do you trap him? Like, make someone else beat you? Make Cat go at Wemby? Like,
you should, but at the same time, you're playing against a team that you can't keep out of your paint. So you don't want to send 2 guys to him at half court, and now you're really opening up the paint where they're playing 3-on-2, and they've had some success with that. I think it's a little early to kind of start that game, but if you're the Spurs, junk it up a little bit. Maybe the first play of the game, send a blitz. Maybe the top of the quarter, send a blitz. Fourth quarter, send a blitz. But just giving them a steady diet of that, knowing that they've watched you do that to other dynamic guards before you, and being able to game plan for that, and having the identity that they do have and getting paint touches and using it to their advantage. I don't know if you do that when he got a live dribble.
Does anybody have a problem with me saying that Jalen Brunson is the head of the snake?
No.
No.
Boogie might.
Boogie might.
I don't. I just want more. I don't have.
Look at us. Boogie might.
You liar.
Can I finish my statement?
Get it out.
I just want more light shined on, the balance that Cat is creating for this team every night.
And I'm with you 100% on that.
Yeah, obviously the numbers aren't supporting it. Obviously, you know, all the credit kind of goes to Brunson with the huge fourth quarter performances. But as far as the balance that's created throughout the entire game, that's all Cat. And I just think more light should be shined on it, because I think if that balance is removed, you don't get the same results that the Knicks are getting. Or I don't think they make it as far as they did in this run. So that's more so what I mean by the head of the snake. Obviously, he's the fourth quarter closer.
It could be a two-headed snake.
That could be the case too, but obviously him being that fourth quarter.
Y'all laughed me out the building when I said they both should get a statue. Yeah, I was like, what?
I wasn't even thinking statue. I can't get to statue yet.
Statue's crazy.
It wasn't you that said it?
No,
I didn't say that.
I
said Jalen Brunson will.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You thought Jalen.
I think it's not even close. I think Karl-Anthony Towns is an unbelievable player. I think Jalen Brunson's by far their best player, by far their head of the snake. They go as far as he goes. Yes, Cat can have games like he did game one, but this team is nothing without Jalen Brunson. I truly believe that. Like, he is their everything. He is their starter. He is their closer. He is their best player. Like, he's fearless. He's tough. Like, he's everything you want in your go-to player. Now, for them to be a championship team, which they're looking like it, Cat has to be great. OG has to be great, which he was. Bridges, their bench has to be good, which they've been pretty solid compared to years in the past with Tibbs in New York. But Jalen Brunson is, to me, 1,000% the head of their snake.
If Cat stays at the level that he's playing at right now, a statue might be a little dramatic, but his number might go up along with Jalen Brunson's.
100%.
If these next 4 or 5 games go,
everybody doesn't get statues, but a number retirement, that's different criteria. And if he stays where he is, he's definitely going to be cemented eternally as a New York Knick.
And I just think he finally silences all the haters and the critics of his.
Now that we can agree on.
Like, he has been getting dragged through the mud. People talk a lot of shit about him, and like, I think that's a lot to do with like what we talk, like his personality and the interviews and the way he talks, and like, it's easy to poke fun at.
He's a character.
Yeah. But the dude is hooping. He is a critical part to this Knicks team getting to where they are and winning a championship.
Do you think there's a world, and obviously we have no idea, like, I don't know what the rest of these games look like and who does what, but Cat could win Finals MVP? Or do you think automatically our brains say, no, Jalen would win MVP?
No, he could.
I think he could, and I think, he should at this point. But like I said, it's hard to overlook, the huge fourth quarters, the way he closes, and I'm speaking of Brunson.
Yeah.
It's hard to overlook the way he closes out quarters, the way he closes out games. And like I said, those are when you go to look at these games at the end, those are the highlights that are being shown. But the balance, what he creates on a nightly basis, that's what's kind of been overlooked in this series.
We had this same talk with OKC. If they win the series, could Caruso win the MVP? Like, no. Like, he's going to average 17 and 8 and 4. At the end of the day, Cat is critical. He can average 18, 12 and 4, whatever. Brunson's still going to average 30 and 8, and like, he's still going to have the best statistics on the team.
Don't matter.
I'm just saying, I think that's what we're looking
30 on 31 shots is
a lot of shots.
Well, I don't think that doesn't happen often for him.
I'll be honest with y'all. If Josh Hart sniffed 15 points, we won't even be having this conversation. He had 15 rebounds and 6 assists, but he only had 3 points. But I seen something online yesterday. We was talking to Mitchell Robinson. Said, you get rebounds. I get rebounds that break teams back. And yes, and seeing them Wednesday, every offensive rebound that he got were big plays. So we can make a case for anybody outside of it, but as long as Jalen Brunson is having 30-point games, whether it's on 30 attempts or not, it's still going to be his to lose if they win this series.
I agree.
I just think about series like Golden State Warriors when Iguodala won the Finals MVP. It wasn't based off the numbers; it was based off the impact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's more so what I mean by what Cat is bringing to the game.
And I think he's in the conversation. Be clear, he's in the conversation.
Also, and regardless of and even in those, even when Iguodala won it, the highlights were Steph making big shots in the fourth. And I think this is the same type situation.
It's the beauty of having a sports show every day is we're talking about MVP after game one.
Y'all are. I'm just here to throw these out there. What I have going on right now in here is something else.
It's been one game.
I'm just thinking, what's going to happen?
It's been one game. We're talking about Finals MVP.
I know.
There still has to be 3 more.
If this thing goes 1-on-1 tonight, we're going to be having a different conversation about the Spurs.
Should Dylan Harper win MVP if the Spurs come back?
Yes, that might be what we do on Monday.
That's the conversation.
That's the conversation. We'll have it on Monday.
By the way, I don't know how true this is, because before the last year, like, people would probably say what? They would take Chet over Cat. Did we think that?
I never said.
I don't think I ever would say
I don't think that was
I think I drank that.
All right, then let's go ahead.
I don't think I've ever said it, but I think I probably
then talk
agreed
to
with
me.
it.
How do you feel about it now?
Yeah, I mean, now I have a sour taste in my mouth, and now I saw what Cat did to Wemby game 1 and what Chet did the whole series. I just think, I think the Cat is a roller coaster, man. Like, you never know what you're going to get. Chet has been pretty consistent. Chet has always been very, very good defensively. Like, he's been at the top. He's won a championship last year. Like, he's been on a very relevant situation as the number 2. We always talk about, can this guy be the number 2 option on a championship team? Chet was, and maybe 3 with Jalen Williams, but, like, Cat hasn't done that yet. Now he's showing us that he can, and he's showing in the finals where it matters most, he's playing his best basketball. So I think Cat has always been that most talented guy. He obviously can shoot the ball. He's always been a very versatile big. I just think the impact of Chet on both sides of the floor and the way he can handle and his size and length, it's definitely a conversation. But like currently today, I'd have to take Cat.
I feel like it's an obvious one, no? It's Cat. Like, am I missing something, or do I just not like Chet? It might be that. But it feels like Cat is the answer.
Like, I don't think we've ever talked about it.
Let's
talk about it.
Okay, Lou. Who would you take? Like, you got to pick one of those dudes.
I would take Cat, but I also have a scorer's mentality.
Yeah.
I am who I am, right? So I like the fact that Cat can put the ball on the floor. He's going to go out in a blaze of glory. And we also had this conversation about him early in the year not being as aggressive.
Sure.
Right? Not finding his spots on the floor where he can be as impactful as he should be like he was in game 1. My thing with Chet, defensively, you can't take nothing away from him, what he does on the defensive end of the floor. Yeah. But he's going out and getting 1-2 attempts and kind of get lost in the game. You kind of... Even when Cat wants to get lost in the game, the ball still finds him, and he has to make something happen. So I give Cat the nod over that because of that reason.
It's hard for me to even compare because exactly what you said. I feel like they play 2 different roles. I think Cat has more opportunity offensively, and he ignites the offense a lot more than Chet is able to. That's why he can kind of get lost in the game, like Lou said, and only have 2 shot attempts. I think Chet's job is more about defense, you know what I mean? So to compare the 2, I don't think it's fair to either one, but the fact that I have to give an answer, I'm picking Cat.
All right,
absolutely.
there it is.
If Cat was on the Thunder, do they beat the Spurs?
Cat,
say that again?
Like if Cat was on the Thunder instead of Chet, would they beat the Spurs?
Yes.
Ooh, that's a fun one.
I think so.
Obviously not, but yeah, no, I like it. It's better.
Yeah, Chet was so bad in this series, we're still talking about
Chet
him.
was so bad, we are literally still talking about him.
These guys just catching strays and like
Weird
Turks.
to me, by the way. He's somewhere
get
great.
off his
and
back?
we're like,
Cat's
by the way,
playing good. That's nothing to do with Chet.
Malika Andrews had a little reveal about, and this is right up my alley because I love superstition. Jalen Brunson does not and refuses to go into rooms where the Larry O'Brien trophy might be.
I'm with it.
You're a superstitious
wait, we're all
guy?
good with this?
I'm with
it's
it.
very hockey, by the way.
Yeah, superstitions are superstitions, and he probably don't want to look at his bride before the wedding. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to ruin it, and so for that you got to respect the fact that he's 3 games away from being able to see it, and he feels like anything before that is gonna ruin it, gonna mess up that reunion. So I'm cool.
Is anybody else like Boogie? What?
Beadle, you are.
Oh, 100%. This story for me is everything.
You don't
I
light
love
candles
this.
at the same time.
Dude, I got Hostess door dashing me cupcakes today.
He better than me though. My stupid ass, I'd have been doing the photo shoots and everything.
like professional.
Better than me. I might not get it. I'm gonna see it, touch it as much as I can.
Hey-o.
Like, you know what I mean?
Clip that. Boogie, you were in the finals?
Yeah,
Any superstitions like this? Anybody else?
My superstitions more so are within my routine. Like I feel like if my routine is off at any point, that kind of throws me off mentally. But as far as that part, I can't agree with that. But
did you touch the trophy? Like, hey, shut up.
I think I'd rather wait until I had the opportunity to win.
That's very
But you're not consciously thinking about I can't
I wonder
touch
when
it
did
or
he
it's bad
develop
luck.
that?
Yeah, that's right. Well, because he is a hockey fan.
Like,
right?
is this a brand new thing? But I'm with Boogie on routines. You could, on a game day, you can time me down to the minute.
I love that.
Yeah, same.
I do love
If
that.
I wake up from the nap too late, it throws my day off.
You could time me down to the minute on game day.
For sure.
Love everything about that. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. On the other side, our buddy,
He's outside.
Fancy.
Got new vibes today.
Get a little outside shot for Sam. All right, we'll be right back with Sam Amick.
I can feel the humidity.
I know, it's so hot there. We're back. Sam Amick from The Athletic. You are still in San Antonio, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And
you know the scene behind me?
Really, dude? You have like a radio tower
You know
behind
that
you. It could
beautiful
be
humidity
anywhere.
behind it?
What temp are we? It looks like it's going to rain, but what temp are we having right now? What's it feel like?
It's still cool enough that I could, rock the old athletic, top here to hide the T-shirt. But in a couple hours, it's going to be the worst part is
the Rees from the Knicks beads.
yeah, like you decide what you're going to wear to the game, and you try to put a suit on or something. Then the walk at the arena, like from the parking lot to the to where we got to go in, is
tough.
Absolutely miserable. Y'all know it well, but it's not too bad so far.
Don't love it. Okay, game one in the building. Yep. Talk to me about the vibes, what you saw, were you surprised by anything you saw?
Vibes, I mean, I keep enjoying, because I think I said it last time we hung out, like I have not been to San Antonio that much in the past couple of years. So first of all, like crowd, incredible. This twist though was that these Knicks fans did, they absolutely showed out. And they didn't take over the building, but they were there, I'm looking down and Chalamet and Spike Lee and Ben Stiller all doing their thing with Tracy Morgan. So, let's go Knicks chants are busting out and then getting snuffed out within like 3 seconds. So good environment. I mean, basketball wise, it was wild because I haven't seen the Knicks in person that much this year. So you're seeing the Spurs, in position to win this thing late in the game. And because of how I've seen them so much, I'm thinking, man, they're gonna take this thing. But then Jalen Brunson and what he's doing in the fourth quarter these days is absolutely bonkers. So to see that, like as he's hitting bucket after bucket, a buddy of mine on press row pulls up a graphic that basically, like the point of the whole graphic was historical data from fourth quarters in the playoffs. And it was like Michael Jordan's here and Jalen Brunson was here. And this is just the past 12 games. So what he's doing is crazy. And obviously the Knicks get off to a great start.
By the way, you mentioned Ben Stiller. Does he look that jacked in person? Because did you guys see the pictures? He was yoked. Did you see the picture?
I don't acknowledge those people right now.
It was outrageous. The guy's definitely on some peppies. Anyway, Sam. Yesterday we talked, Sam, about Wemby, him being so gassed and being tired. Like, what are you hearing around the league or around the team? Like, how are they going to fix that going into game two?
It's crazy because he's so light, right? Like, it's one thing if. Like you've seen these bigs, I covered Yao Ming, and like Yao was incredible, but he would hit a wall, he would crash, but he was a massive human being, and so you see these guys who are that size who it's like it's obviously a physiological thing where they hit a wall in ways that are different, And DeMarcus, you're a big guy,
I never got these excuses.
Especially at 22 years old, Sam. I'm not rolling.
Yeah. Here we go.
If I was tired, they told me to get in better shape.
Yeah, they called you fat and you were tired. This guy gets a pass.
He gets called fat.
Fair enough.
That's interesting.
So,
like Zion doesn't get an excuse because his body looks like that.
No, I didn't. No one's making an excuse.
Zion has never gotten an excuse, by the way.
And I don't think Wemby wants one either. I'm just saying I don't like even that narrative. That,
I know.
Like, he's tired.
It's not a narrative.
He didn't say he was tired.
But he looks tired.
No.
Sam,
he's 22, man.
Sam, this happened all day yesterday.
Well, anyway, it's about Sam. Go ahead, Sam.
Is he tired, Sam? Like, is he?
I'm confused. That's my point. You know what I mean? Like there was, I think 2 games ago, I'm sitting there watching Wemby, and it's first quarter, and I said to the person next to me, like, man, he is gassed already. Like it's very inconsistent, and I don't quite understand, what's happening there. And now you got a Knicks team with a roster that is not going to let him rest. That's what we saw in the NBA Cup title game back in December, when a lot of people were like, dang, this is the matchup. Against San Antonio is, you throw Cat, you throw Mitchell and OG and those guys. So that's where, he's going to have a tough series. I remember being at that game in Vegas. I think he was a -18 in that title game against New York. So we'll see if that formula keeps going, but I don't know what they do about the gas part. I mean, Luke Kornet's one of the best backup bigs in the league. He's having a great playoffs, but it is a problem.
Yeah.
After game one, Wemby came out and said that he wasn't worried. Do you think he's underestimating the Knicks at this point?
No. I mean, it's funny, Boogie, because I wrote that, like, just kind of highlighting the fact that he said he wasn't worried and admittedly wrote that he probably should be worried. Also, admittedly, like, that's media commentary. Like, you want to have confidence, right? So, like, what do you expect him to say? Like, I'm scared. And his demeanor continues to fascinate me in terms of just how he chooses to use his voice. Because as we sat there and watched that press conference with him, there just were like 4 or 5 different little micro moments where it felt like he was flexing to kind of send that message that I'm not worried. And but that is typically so far at this young age, that's how he has chosen to move. It's worked for him. But this is he's going to have more arrogance than anybody in this series. It's a very respectful, like the Knicks sit there and just heap all this praise on Wemby and the Spurs and then go do what they do. But, I think being confident is fine.
Psychological.
Yeah. And Sam, you briefly just said it, though. You feel like the New York Knicks, they have the roster that can do what they need to do to be able to slow Wemby down. But what has Cat specifically shown you in that matchup against Wemby so far?
I mean, as you guys know, you've all lived it. Like, every player's got a narrative attached to him. Like, to see Cat quietly become the guy who, in Minnesota, it was like, all right, can they get it done with him? They go to the West Finals and this trade goes down. T-Wolves make, mostly an economic decision and move off of him. Those optics are tough for a guy who was that close to getting to the final stage. So then with this Knicks experience, I know I'm going more macro than you asked, Lou, but then you got to work with Mike Brown, right? Like in the early months with Mike Brown and Cat, the vibe wasn't great. And there was a lot of discussion about how, Cat had doubts about Mike's system. Cat had frustrations with Mike's system. I'm really impressed that they've gone from the early months of this relationship, all of them with Mike, and then back to Cat, to this where it's a historic level of dominance in the postseason. And in this matchup, Cat was fantastic in game one. And, listen, the stuff he shared after the game, just from a life standpoint, I thought was really cool to hear him talk about the level of comfort and peace he had on the court. And, essentially talked about how his late mother kind of felt like she was there with him. And he had so much fun, like he was a kid again, just playing the game. And he thought he'd be more nervous. If I'm the Spurs, that makes me a little nervous because Cat at times has not been able to find his game. And if he's going to be that comfortable in this Knicks system, that comfortable on the final stage, I think that's an issue for San Antonio.
I do too, actually, Sam. A lot of talk about De'Aaron Fox game one performance that is immediately followed by a lot of talk about Dylan Harper and whether or not he should get the start. Now, whether it happens tonight or not, do you get any indication from Mitch Johnson that is even an idea that's on the table?
I don't. I mean, Michelle, it's a very close to the best organization, so they're not going to even quietly share any of that stuff. My sense there, though, would be, and I could be wrong, if they get smoked in game two, then who knows if they got to do something. Game one, it's not like Dylan showed out in the kind of way that, should push De'Aaron out. You know what I mean? He has 12 points in the first half, 4 in the second half. He kind of slowed down, when it mattered most. De'Aaron had a tough night, I think 3 of 13. To me, and I have talked to the Spurs quite a bit about, I've written about this whole idea that Dylan is coming from the spot and that De'Aaron might end up, having to go to the bench or might have to get traded. They're pretty sensitive to that storyline. And I think they would be really reluctant to make that move because that's one of those things, the second you do it, then you open that door. And now you might have a domino effect on the relationship, beyond just that one game.
So maybe it doesn't happen in this finals, but let's say going into next year, you've been around Dylan Harper a bunch this season. You've been around that team. I think he's a starter on every other team in the NBA. Maybe not OKC, maybe not the Spurs yet. Is he an all-star possibly as early as next year, or is it still going to be a grooming process for him, like you said, with De'Aaron Fox, with Castle, with those other guys?
I mean, he could be for sure, talent-wise. It's just the tricky part is, on the one hand, all right, the Spurs have all this great history when it comes to convincing elite players to come off the bench. We know what Pop did with Manu, and the rest is history. He's a Hall of Famer. But the massive distinction that you got to make is, all right, Dylan has all-star talent, but De'Aaron's contract ends up topping out at $60 million. And so even if you, at some point, were able to talk to De'Aaron about, hey, what do you think about coming off the bench? Just in terms of good basketball business, nobody's having a 6-man make $60 million. You can't work that way. So, yeah. And if
jeez.
anybody deserved
Lou.
it, Lou, it was you. But I'm sorry, buddy. But Dylan's talent is gonna. I'm curious to answer your question more specifically, Chandler. Like, I'm just curious how hard going forward Dylan's camp is gonna push this, and I don't have a sense of that. But that's going to matter. Like, how impatient do they get? And we'll see where that goes.
It's a touchy subject. You want to keep De'Aaron Fox happy, but also you want to maximize Dylan Harper's talent.
I get it.
Pronto.
Yeah, no, it's
for sure.
Wow.
I think they got a little time though, and he's blessed to have somebody in his family that understands situation is just as important as what you can go out and get individually. So I'd be curious to see how they handle that.
I do want to switch gears for a quick second here, because obviously, just having seen OKC for 7 games, SGA, 2-time MVP, but my goodness, Sam, and it might be my algorithm. I don't know. I don't know that I've seen a guy get this kind of sort of hate the way SGA has. I mean, he's a heck of a player, and he's proven it time and time again. But I mean, they're making board games. The flopping thing was out of control narrative-wise. Are we fatigued already? Is that even possible?
I mean, you threw me off there, Michelle. I thought we were just going to pile on Chet a little more. I heard you guys before I jumped off.
You want to? We can.
That's coming up. Don't worry.
No. I mean, objectively, in terms of like who deserves, analysis, criticism from that series, like Chet obviously was the guy. I mean, SGA was phenomenal in Game 7. He did his thing. This hate, this narrative. I mean, social media is tough. It's like it's not reality, but it is reality. I would say from a PR standpoint, whoever made the decision in his camp to actually sue the company that was that was a terrible choice, because you're just feeding the fire. Like, once you get the lawyers involved, now you look sensitive, maybe do that in the off season before the series is over. So that made it even worse. It is unfortunate, because if you break down the raw data in terms of flopping and foul, getting the line and stuff, like, the pace at which he gets to the line we've seen it plenty of times before from great players. He does fall down a ton, unnecessarily, but that was a weird series to cover, because even in person, like, a lot of times the social media is disconnected from reality, but in the arena, like, you had the flopping chance and you had, people going after him. So it is too bad. I mean, life comes at you quick, because you guys know, in terms of stature in this league, like, you go back-to-back MVP, you can actually say, hey, if we got the title, I'm the best player in the world. And now it's like, no, Shea's looking up at Wemby. He's looking up at these Knicks, and things have changed.
Yeah, I'll stay right here with OKC's roster, because we were having a conversation about, them being a dynasty, and obviously when you lose to the Spurs, things kind of change. Do you see a world in which, Sam Presti goes out and press that red button and make a big splash this summer for a guy like Giannis, or do you think they kind of stay still? What's your thoughts on that?
Still can't tell, Lou. I mean, what's crazy is everybody's wondering around the league, just because of what OKC has in its cupboard in terms of assets. They got 12 first-round picks between now and 2032, I think it is, and 13 second-round picks. Like, you have everything. Like that money is gonna right. And if you're sitting there and you're Sam, like, does that money burn a hole in your pocket? Whether it's Giannis, whether it's somebody else. If I had to handicap it for now, I don't anticipate them going after Giannis. Partly because the timeline, like, you are absolutely accelerating things if you add a 31-year-old with a lot of tough health history like Giannis has had. So the other part, there's always been chatter about how the Thunder liked Evan Mobley quite a bit. Now Cleveland is signaling that he's not going anywhere, so I don't think that's going to happen. But, if they were going to do something in OKC, I would think it would be a younger solution, like a Mobley type. But again, I don't think he's available. I also have a hard time seeing them stand pat, because they just saw where some of the deficiencies are. And the question in the middle of it is, are they going to, still count on Chet, believe in Chet, run it back with Chet, unintended, and, go from there.
Yeah, that's what's interesting. It's like, it's such a what have you done for me lately league, and Chet struggled. Now you see what Cat's doing against Wemby. So I feel like for them to go get a Mobley or Giannis would have to be
Mobley would be
Chet, right? Like, it's not going to be Jalen Williams. Like,
I don't know.
Right.
But also, like, do you do anything differently than what you've done? Because you can just come back next year and probably be the favorite again.
I don't know. How confident are you?
Well, they also, real quick add on to that, Chandler, like they have an issue with their contract setup. So J-Dub is out most of the year. And so you saw how many games you could win without him, as good of a player as he is. The question also is, like, how much do you believe in A.J. Mitchell's future? Because, you know, somebody that I was talking to about A.J. when he was showing out earlier in the playoffs made a comment that kind of stuck with me, where it was like, man, Sam Presti, like, he's probably having flashbacks to the James Harden situation when, you know, they didn't want to give James everything he wanted on the extension, and they traded him to Houston. So that is also a subplot here, is like, did they think that A.J. Mitchell can be that guy? And if so, what does that mean for J-Dub?
Sam, I have a question for you. It's very important. Have you played the 82-0 game yet? You can tell, you know, I got that playoff fatigue that I'm trying to fight through, like Wemby. I might have played it at the bar last night, very late. So yes. Okay, and twofold.
Yeah.
Have you gotten one yet? And are you playing classic or the harder version, the IQ version?
I played classic, and I only did it once. I think I was. I think I had 58 wins or something like that. It wasn't really
Stay away
impressive.
from those 80s Heat teams.
Yeah. Lousy.
Yeah.
Well, you got a lot of time to kill, so I would get on that, because we're going to ask you about it next time again. This is your new thing.
Yeah, I've heard, and I know this is not a real
fascinating.
secret, but I've heard that, like, you got to get wilt. If you get wilt, you know,
Cheat code.
yeah, for sure.
Have fun tonight. I hope the Knicks fans aren't there, but I know they will be, so enjoy yourself. Beautiful view, by the way. Thank you for sharing that.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
It's absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah.
Run it up, run it back.
We're going to do a little Buyin That right now. Man, Nick Wright again? Again with Nick Wright? All right, here we go.
He's got some zingers.
Sometimes he does, actually. He says his confidence level in Jalen Brunson winning Game 1 in the fourth quarter was as high as it's been in any star in the last decade since LeBron in 2020. Went on to say he has more confidence in Jalen over Giannis, over Jokic, over SGA, over Steph, the Jays, everybody, you guys. Boogie, I start with you. Are you buying that?
I mean, my question to him is, does he have a Jalen Brunson jersey? I mean, sounds like he's a
Signed and
huge fan. I don't know.
Like, how can we speak to somebody's confidence?
Yeah, I mean, some of the guys on this list, we're talking about LeBron, Jokic, Shea, Steph. I don't know. These guys are multi-champions, MVP candidates. I don't know if I can go on.
Okay, so let me word it in a different way, because I actually kind of get what he's saying. Once we get into a fourth quarter, I also do feel like, great, Jalen Brunson's going to do some stuff, and we're going to lose this game or win, depending on what side you're on. And I do feel that more than I feel anyone else currently. So
I do feel like watching the Knicks
currently,
if they're down,
But
I think,
LeBron.
all right, like they have a chance still. I do, but like I can't also help but think like Steph Curry in that USA
That's
Gold
what-
game.
yeah,
Like
that's tough.
come on, like what are we doing? Like there's been a
Steph
lot
Curry
of
in NBA Finals game.
Yeah,
like
that's-
there's a lot of guys that have had fantastic, legendary performances. Jalen Brunson is an unreal clutch player, and like I said, when they're down 8 with 4 minutes to go, like I know it's Jalen Brunson time, and he's earned that respect and that clout to be in that position. But
it's probably recency bias.
a lot of other
honestly.
guys.
I think it is a lot of
just
recency
in it.
bias. Even when I think of guys like Isaiah Thomas, when he was doing his thing with the Celtics, Dame Lillard, when he points, it's Dame time.
That's the whole thing.
I mean, we've seen guys that
Dame's a good one.
went on good runs as far as being good closers. I think Jalen Brunson is the top of the top as far as this year.
Yeah.
But like I said, when it comes to the names on this list, I would have to disagree.
Dame Lillard's a really good one.
I think it's like right now, yes. Right now.
Right now,
yes.
absolutely.
We will take that. Chandler, you're up next. The Warriors are reportedly very, very interested in bringing LeBron James over, and Steph will go meet with him in an attempt to court him. You buying the idea of these two teaming up?
Sure. Like but do they win a championship? No. Like
What do they do? Like what's the ceiling if they do this?
We're talking the Western Conference with Spurs, San Antonio, OKC, Denver, Houston, Lakers, Minnesota. Like they're not going to be better than most of those upper echelon teams. Now it would be awesome. It'd be incredible to see Steph and Draymond and LeBron
That is
James
kinda
wear a
nuts.
jersey in that arena. For Steve Kerr, I think it'd be a cool story. I don't think it moves the needle for the Warriors to be a championship contender, though, at all.
Does anybody think it moves it that? No.
Not at
That's a
this
tough
point.
sell.
But it'd be cool to see.
It's like a little
Super
mini
cool.
all-star team. Like I kind of like the idea of it.
I'm down to see it. I don't think it shakes the tree, though.
All right, that's fair. Shakes the
Like, remember the Lakers team with like all the Carmelo and LeBron and
Like when they all turn
Dwight
around,
Howard
you're like,
and Rondo.
whoa.
I was like, wow, this is sick. But then they still weren't very good.
Yeah, I think of them as basketball cards. Like that's quite the collection if you get everybody on the same team. I like it. Speaking of Austin Reeves, currently seeking the max, which is 5 years, $239 million.
Love that money.
And it is unclear, by the way, as of right now, whether or not he'd even be willing to take a hometown discount. Anybody here, Lou, you, buying the Lakers doing this, giving him the max?
I'm not buying.
Okay.
The Los Angeles Lakers, they try to hang banners, right? And Luka is your guy. Austin Reeves is a really great player, all-star caliber player, but they got to ask themselves, is he the guy in this environment in the NBA right now to be able to pair with Luka to get them to prominence in the Western Conference like everybody else? And what's that willing to cost them? I don't know if they take that chance. I don't know if he gets them over a championship hump and to be there for the max contract. I want everybody to get their money, but I'm not sure the Los Angeles Lakers are the team that's going to cut this check.
Yeah, I'm with Lou on this one. I love Luka. I respect his game. Austin Reeves had an unbelievable season, like exceeded all expectations. His entire story is insane. When you pay both of those two guys, is it enough in that Western Conference that we just talked about that the Warriors with LeBron would have trouble with? I don't think it is, but like Lou said, I hope he gets the max. And even if that's not in LA, guys should maximize this window where they can get the most money possible. And I'd rather him go somewhere else and get the max and take a discount for the Lakers if I'm Austin Reeves because he deserved that after this season.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
I agree with your money.
I agree with the guys as far as I want this guy to get paid. Individually, I think he's a max contract talent. Team-wise, when you put him next to Luka, I don't think it makes sense.
It really doesn't.
So, I mean, that's just the facts of it. I think we've seen an example of that this season. I just don't see it working out long term.
Bro, I just had this vision. You bring Luka to the Lakers, everybody leaves. Now, what is this? What even is this going to be? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. That's not professional. I will do it again later. Taking a quick break. We'll come back with more Run It Back. But it is funny. Just Luka's here now. Like, that's it.
Well, how about Anthony Davis? Like, every team that he leaves gets the number one pick. Go on with your bad self.
It's giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long. From spreads to player points to threes and more, build it all into one same-game parlay. Go for more value. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. Head to FanDuel.com/same-game-parlay.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. We've got a game tonight. Yeah, we do. Game 2. Let's start. Predicts. Lou? Were you not ready?
I like, give me the Knicks again.
Oh,
they go up 2-0.
Son of a mother.
Go up 2-0 going back to the guard.
Your hate is unparalleled.
No, I have zero hate. I want you to know I have more personal connections on the San Antonio Spurs than I do.
Well, then why are you like this?
Because business is business, and that's how I feel.
I can't with you right now. Chandler? I mean, is it
Honestly,
must win?
selfishly, I just want a good series. I want a long series.
Okay.
I want it to go 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And I also think the Spurs, I think they respond. I hate the fact that Knicks fans are going to think I'm just shitting on them again. Because
who cares what they think?
But I firmly believe that Wemby is unbelievable tonight. I think De'Aaron Fox is better tonight. I think
like
the
it.
Knicks get it done tonight and tie it up.
No, Spurs.
Or I mean Spurs.
See? You don't even mean
I don't
it.
even know what you're saying right now.
You don't even mean it.
Boogie, I'm going to do a parlay while we do this real quick. Throw it up there.
Who does he pick?
He's going to pick right now. He's going to pick over this
I got
while people
Spurs.
read it. You do?
Yeah, Spurs.
Oh, Shaka Khan.
I think they have a good bounce back game.
Yeah.
They
Is it
have
must
to. I'll
win?
tell you this.
Feels must win to me. I was gonna say.
It's definitely must win for
Feels
the Spurs.
must win to me. I like this one right here, by the way. I put $1 on that. 15 seconds left to go. It's Friday. Everybody be safe out there, and I swear to God, Spurs.
Enjoy those cupcakes, Bees.
Yeah,
I'm going to be so disgusting on Monday when I see you guys. Love you. Mean it. Go Spurs,
If
go.
they're down 2-0, you're going to be a disaster.
Oh,
on
you're not
Monday.
going to like it.
Run it up, then run it back, yeah, yeah.